Human back for another Elevate on Wednesday, the corporate client edition. And this is our regular show to talk about all sorts of stuff, all sorts of things related to corporate clients, how you can get them if you are a mindset coach or wellness coach or leadership coach or any other form of service provider and expert in your field. You're in the right place if you are thinking of landing those 4, 5, and 6-figure corporate clients, maybe in the next 30 days or two. Well, today we have a special one because I'm going to be talking about something that is, well, a lot of people misunderstand it. You see, people always say that, well, sales, it's a numbers game. And in fact, I've been told this a lot of times. A lot of mentors and sales advisors have told me, well, it's all about the numbers. You have to go out there and you have to get the numbers in and, then sales will happen. And, I believed it. And I believed it. I didn't like to believe it. Now, I have some good news and some, well, there's still good news because the good news are going to be so good. But I'll have to tell you the truth. In fact, two truths. There is really the thing about numbers, there is some truth to it, and it's not the whole truth. Well, to wrap it in the words of the great and fabulous Bushra Azar, if you want to sell more, as in more the first time or more to existing clients, you have to sell more. What that means is if you want to have more clients, whether that's corporate or whether that's anybody else, to be honest, it's the same, but you have to make offers and you have to go out and actually sell your services. The idea that you can sit at home and, I don't know, go for hours and clients will just magically appear at your door. I mean, maybe it works for some people. I don't know. I don't personally know anybody who it's worked for, but I do know it would take a lot of time. And again, this is true whether you're selling to individuals or whether you're selling to corporate clients. If you go out and actually try to reach clients, actually go and speak to them, you have a much better chance to selling to them. Yeah, that makes sense, right? But so that part of the you do have to go out there and you have to reach enough people in order to actually sell your offers, your services, your courses, your trainings, your speaking engagement, whatever it is you want to sell. But here's the thing. Before it can become this numbers game, it actually has to become a mindset game, because the mindset is what holds people back from going out there and making their offers. It holds people back from contacting their ideal clients. It holds people back from speaking to the ideal prospects, maybe on the phone, maybe via email, maybe at a networking event. This is all in the case of corporate clients. Even going on social media and making offers. If your mindset isn't in the right place, then you're not doing this. I will talk primarily about selling to corporate clients because that's what I am the expert in, and that is where I have helped over 60 small businesses and individual students to actually land their first or their next corporate client. But pretty much everything I say applies to both selling to individuals as well as to corporate. So today I really want to dive into this thought of, is it all a mindset? Is it all a numbers game? Or what is it about the mindset that you need to work on first before you can actually realistically achieve any kind of serious numbers? So let me dive in. I'm even prepared with a little slideshow. I like a little slideshow. I can't help it. Let me show you here. Oh, let me put it so you can actually see me. So what we need to do is, oops, I've already said before it become a numbers game, it has to be a mindset game, because if your mindset isn't right, you are not going out there reaching out to clients, right? You're just not doing it. And how do I know? Well, I know because I was that person. I was the person who had an amazing offer to corporate clients. I mean, it really was amazing. It was so amazing that I actually occasionally had people come to me. And that is really rare because I'm not a big guru. I'm not somebody with who has delivered, I don't know, training to thousands and thousands of people. So my network, especially at the beginning, was quite small. So for unknown people to come to me, that was really special. And that was a sign of how different and outstanding my offer was. But while this can happen, it would not have been enough to actually make it a sustainable business. This is the truth. I just have to share with you. However, once I got my mindset into the right place to actually go out and try to reach clients, things changed. But it took me a while, because unless you have a winning mindset, the mindset that says, yes, I can go out there, I can make my offer. Yes, I have the resilience to deal with setbacks. Yes, I have the resilience to deal with knockbacks. Until you do that, you always hold back. You might send one email, or you might go to one networking event, or you might put, a couple of posts on LinkedIn because that is, nice and hiding behind the screen. It doesn't work. If you want to build a sustainable business with corporate clients, you really have to be more proactive. You have to do more things. Now, there's several things you can do. One of them is outreach. There's also create inbound campaigns, which I will talk about in another video. If you leave me a comment below, then I'll make sure that you are tagged in that when it's ready. But today I want to talk about outreach. Now, I don't mean outrage as in cold, icky, cold sales calling. Well, nobody likes that, right? I don't like it now. I certainly didn't like it when I was CFO. So I never recommend that. But I do mean either sending smart emails, making smart, that is, very prepared, warm calls to people who might be your ideal prospect, and you're reaching out to your network to get referrals and recommendations. Those are the kind of things that you do need to do if you want to build a sustainable corporate business. And most people will actually need to build their outreach resilience muscle. Because, yes, let's be realistic here, people will say no. People will not respond. That's the one that happens most of the time. People will just go quiet at some point. And you need to have the resilience to keep going, to say, well, this isn't about me. This is about them. This is not a reflection of my value or my worth or my how good my offer is or anything like that. It's just a certain resilience that you need to build. But as you know me, I don't like just talking in vague terms. I like to actually share with you how to build that outreach resilience muscles. And there's really just 3 steps to it. The first one is to look at what is your specific fear. What is the thing that you fear most when you hear, oh, you have to go and reach out to clients? What is the thing that you hear? Go on, let me know in the comments. Yay. Okay. Hey, Julia. Hey, Karen. Oh my gosh, everybody's coming in right now. I thought I was here all by myself, but no. By the way, I'm going live to a number of places, so sorry if I keep looking around. Slamming the phone down. Yes. Getting a getting a rude message back. Oh, I'd hope you wouldn't get that. Okay, yes, right. So the top fears seem to be rude rejection or being told to, go away in less than polite ways. And, yes, okay. So these are very common fears. These are very common fears because most of us have some form of fear of rejection. The exact format that takes might vary between people. And this is where, if you want to build your outreach resilience muscle, you need to lean in. Identify what exactly is that fear. I recommend that you take your journal or you take your notebook if you don't have a journal and just write down the fears. Write them all down as they come, because writing them down doesn't make them real, but it takes them out of your head and allows you to look at them objectively. And that's the trick. You take them out of your head by writing them down and you look at them objectively. So that is step number one. Now, careful for you empaths around here, because I know it's very easy to then step into all of these fears and experience them. No, really stop yourself when you feel yourself falling into the fears. To say, no, stop. We're just writing them down so that we can look at them objectively. That is step number one. Step number two is to build something which is going to ward off any fear feelings. And that is what I like to call the evidence box. Now, the evidence box is a collection of all the good things about you, all the good things that people have said about you. Maybe testimonials, maybe like really lovely feedback notes that you got, maybe awards that you have won, all your achievements, any qualification that you have gained, and that. By the way, these things do not need to be related to corporate clients or even your business. The fact that you passed your driving test with flying colors first time around, the fact that your kid's teacher says, oh, you must be doing a lot of reading at home because your son's doing so well. Or the fact that your neighbor has complimented you on a particular nice blouse that you were wearing. Anything that makes you feel good and that shows you that people appreciate you, that people value you, that people like you. All of those things you collate. I tell you, this is a lovely, lovely exercise to do, because as you go through building your evidence box, you start getting a really warm feeling of worth and value, which is, these things are just outer evidence, because of course you are worthy and valuable. Of course. There is absolutely no doubt about it. So I want you to collate this evidence box. And it doesn't have to be a box, by the way. It can be a folder, it can be an electronic folder if you like, on your computer somewhere. It doesn't matter. It just has to be something that is easy for you to access regularly and that you can easily add to. Because the trick here is you do this exercise once where you start building your evidence box and then you keep adding to it. And with time, it will become a habit for you to put, screenshots of nice comments or screenshots of nice messages. Just put them in there and keep them safe somewhere so that you can go and look at them. Because that is the next step. Oh, that is the next bit. You look at this evidence box on a regular basis, and specifically before you actually do your outreach. So the way this would work is you create your evidence box, and then every time you go and sit down and say, right, I'm going to reach out to 10 businesses today, you look at it for a few minutes just to build your resilience muscle. So that is step number two. Step number one was you write down your fears, what your fears actually are, just so that you can look at them objectively. Secondly, you build your evidence box and you look at that evidence box every time you do an outreach. And as you do this, as you make this a habit, you will start to notice, looking at these fears, these things that you've written down, you look at them objectively, and then you look at your evidence and you go, huh, this is actually crazy. Why am I fearing this? I mean, I have all this evidence, it's hard cold evidence. It's not my personal feeling. It's hard cold evidence that shows me that I'm totally valued. So the fact that I worry about somebody maybe not getting back to me, it means nothing about me or my offer, right? So that those are the first two steps, and then the third step is to implement these 5 strategies. Now, the first one is to look at the fears that you've written down and separate the feeling, which is the fear feeling, separated from facts. This is why you have your evidence box. You separate the feeling of fear that you might be rejected, that people might laugh at you, that people might be rude to you, and you separate that from the facts. You just say, well, yes, certain things might happen, but that means has no bearing on my value or the value of my offer or anything else. And here are the facts that people appreciate what I do, that people value what I bring to the world and the services I provide, that people like me, that people think I'm a great human being. So you separate the feelings from the facts. The next bit is to actually focus on the value. And this is the value that you bring with your work. Because seriously, the moment I start focusing on, well, my outreach is not about winning more clients and earning more money. Because yes, of course it is. Of course I want that to happen. But that's an end result. My real purpose is to go out and make a change, make a massive impact in the lives of the people that I work with. And that is the value that I focus on. The moment I think about that, outreach becomes a lot easier, because then it's not about me asking for something, it's about me providing something. The third bit is make it bigger than just about you and them. So you've taken the step of elevation in step 2, where you make it about the value, and then you lift it up even higher. And this is a piece of work that we do in my one-on-one coaching, where we look at what is the true purpose of your work. What that's bigger than earning 100K or multiple 100K or 7 figures or anything a year, or it's even bigger of changing a particular organization or a particular person's life. It's about the bigger impact that your work makes in the world. And that is super powerful. And then what I want you to do is to consider how you can make learning about these things, make learning about the impact you have, how you can make that a habit. I've given you the first habit to practice, which is to look at your evidence box, but look at other things. What can you do to elevate your self-development, your learning, and make it a habit? And here, then the last one is actually play to your strength. Yes, this is one thing that everybody always says, like, oh, you need to work on your weaknesses. It's like, actually, play to your strength. Yes, if your weaknesses in terms of outreach get in your way, maybe you get super flustered and could never even imagine phoning somebody. Well, then don't do it. Maybe you write really good emails. Or if you don't write really good emails, maybe you can send video messages. If you are much better in person-to-person meetings, well, then try to get to phone somebody's PA and say, oh, is it possible to arrange a coffee meeting, since we now can do face-to-face meetings again. So what I really mean is play to your strength in your outreach. Really look at which are the bits that you absolutely hate and you just can't get yourself to do. Leave them to side, but then look at which are the bits that, well, maybe they make you feel a little bit uncomfortable, but actually you can do them. Play to those and make them part of your outreach. Doing those things will absolutely help you build the outreach resilience muscle, because you will know that you what you're doing is about value. It's about more than just you and them. It's about growing and learning, and it's about playing to your strength, which is an amazing, amazing feeling. Now, in my work, I help students to delve much deeper into how they can build their outrage resilience, but also obviously then do the outrage and win corporate clients. And there are three ways how you can get your hands and everything else on all the goodies. There's basically three ways how you can work with me. And the first one is we can work together in my one-on-one 3-month intensive coaching program, where I take you end to end from helping you build your corporate offers, identifying your ideal niche, the niche that you're excited about and that is right for your business, all the way across all the positioning, across all the marketing, across all the outrage, filling your diary with prospects who are ready to buy, and then how to convert these into clients who want to buy from you again and again and again, because that's the beauty of working with corporate clients. The second way how you can work with me is to join my brand new program. It's a membership program called Landing Corporate Clients Hacks Lab. It's a self-paced program where you get access to everything I know about landing corporate clients, and everything is include templates for proposals and business cases, swipe files to work out exactly how to position your offer, strategies on how to fill your diaries. It's all in there. It's a self-paced program, and you can join monthly group coaching calls. You have access to all of this for as long as you are a member. And right now, I'm running an introductory price, which is just $97, which is limited to the first 20 people joining. Call you the Mighty 20, but actually, there's not 20 left because 6 slots are gone. And I'm currently speaking to a couple of other people who are dead interested. So if you want to get in there, then make sure you join now. The link is here below. You can see it, and I'll make sure I'll pop it into the actual comments below. And then if you're not quite ready, if you're not sure if corporate clients are for you, I tell you what, there's a really easy one. Join my Facebook group. Hop over to my profile and see the link to the Facebook group, and join there, because you will find so many training materials, so many posts deal with every aspect that you could possibly think about landing corporate clients. And again, you get to ask questions and I will be happy to answer. So I hope you found this useful. I hope you are thinking of how you build your outreach resilience muscle. And I also hope to see you at next week's Elevate on Wednesday. See you soon.